Okay. Welcome, Mahendra sir, to New Journey Meditation. We have Mahendra sir again, once more on a special demand. I'm going to again introduce him for people who did not join us before. So for them, it's again I'm going to introduce him. He started his meditation journey before 7 years. He is an IIT professional. He has his own IT sales and business in India, Mumbai. So since 6 years, he worked in Dubai in international company as an IT professional there. He didn't know about spirituality much before 7 years when he started his journey. Meditation helped him to find the right direction of his life. He rigorously did meditation for 3 or 4 hours regularly, non-stop each day. Sometimes it went up to 7 hours too. He connected to his higher self, and he was able to find of his purpose coming on this point, why he's here. And since then he started teaching meditation. He learned meditation from pyramid master Ram Babu and Patri sir. From last year around May, from when the lockdown started in May 2020, he started online sessions on Zoom. He was a part of PMC Mumbai, and after that, apart from it, he also started a Ghar Ghar Dhyan channel, which is online again on Zoom, and where he spreads not only meditation but also yoga. So he's doing like such a great and wonderful job, not only mentally but physically also. I really welcome you. Thank you for coming and giving your wisdom again. Over to you, sir.
Thank you
And
so much for
I just
giving
wanted to
such
say,
a big introduction.
and I just wanted to add couple things. Mahendra sir was here before. For those who have missed and those who have joined late, there are quite a few who have joined late, and he did an amazing session on journey of souls. It must be uploaded online, so please go ahead and watch that. That was what do you call, very engaging session. So on everybody wanted him to come back, so he's here again today. The topic today is 27 lessons. So over to you now. Thank you so much for coming. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much. So we'll directly go to the presentation. This is a little bit lengthy presentation, so I want everyone to concentrate because this topic is a little bit lengthy, but not difficult to understand. So I hope everyone would definitely understand this, the soul lessons. I'll directly take you to the slide. All right. Now, whenever we come on this planet Earth or any other planet, what we do is usually we go through a certain review. Now, this review is done uh, by you along with your soul guides. So last time we had discussed something about soul guides and your soul friends or family of souls. Now, all of these, they sit along with you and they do pre-birth planning. So every part of you is planned by you, which means that you plan how you want your hands, how you want your body, how you want your face, how you want to see your hair, how what kind of parents you want, what kind of husband or spouse you want, what kind of children you want, what situations you want to face. So everything is in detail. You plan when when you think about coming onto this planet Earth. What happens is last time we had also discussed about uh, the category of souls. There's like infant soul, then there is baby soul. After that, there is young soul, mature soul, old soul, and then infinite soul. So as per the category, our soul guides, they assist us. If it is a baby soul, maximum planning part is being done by your soul guides. They assist you basically. So as you grow older and older, that part is being taken over by you. So as a young soul, you decide what situations you want to face, how you want to grow. So all those parts, they are decided by you yourself. So since you become a young soul, mature soul, old soul, and infinite soul, you take an active participation in your own soul planning, basically. So before coming onto this planet Earth, you plan your own, uh, each and every part of you is being planned by you, basically. So that is what I wanted to make you understand. So I'll go to I'll go to the next slide. It looked like some network issue or something because it's going very slow. Anyways, no issues. So can anyone tell who am I or who are we? In the first slide itself, the answer was already there. Some issue with my Zoom, it looks like.
I was able to see.
Yes, we are
Yes, we
soul.
were able to see the slides.
Yeah,
Yes,
we are
sir.
able to see everything.
And I'm so
Okay,
sorry, I
okay.
just enabled the chat for everybody, so please go ahead and write it down.
Okay. So we are souls, right? We are not only body, we are not only mind, but we are souls. So how do we come to know that we are souls? Because we don't see ourselves as physical. The reason is because when we die, or when I'm closing my eyes, my physical self disappears basically. So that is why we come to know that we are not only physical body, but we are souls. So all experiences usually happens on your soul level, because the soul usually comes here for experiencing something or the other. So that is why I'm saying that we don't feel self as physical. We see or we feel self only at the soul level. We experience it basically only on the soul level. So you and I are not this body. That is the first learning that we come to know when you talk about spirituality. So spirit means your own self. The purest part of you is not the body. It is not the physical self. So that is the first learning that we get. So we are souls, and we keep on traveling from one plane to other. We keep on traveling um, from one dimension to other. But as a soul, we are multidimensional beings. We are present on many different platforms at the same time. So we'll discuss about that later, because it will take some more understanding, maybe some more words to understand that particular multidimensional self. So this is how we get into the mother's womb. The picture shows everything completely. After that, we soul incarnate multiple times. So that is what actually we discussed as per the category of the soul when the last session was going on. So there are 7 stages of evolution basically: infant soul, baby soul, young soul, mature soul, and old soul. Now, I've also mentioned the learning experiences, what they usually come for learning. So as an infant soul, we come for learning, like, there are many skills that we learn: survival, physicality, mortality, environmental awareness. So all those things we learn as an infant soul. As a baby soul, so in this role, we start learning as a, what are the rules, roles, or law and order, crime, punishment, and social awareness. So all those things we keep on learning as a baby soul. So we will have to take birth, say 100 times, almost. So 10 times in India, 10 times in US, or say 5 times in India or 5 times in US. So to understand, the law and order, the type of law and order which is there availing in different parts of our, different region of the earth. So those things we learn as a baby soul. As a young soul, we learn independence. So independence is a very important part that we learn as a young soul: self-advancement, personal achievement, free will. So all those things we learn as a young soul. Now, there are many other lessons which we learn in every particular category. So we'll discuss in, all those learnings in detail, because that is what we are here for today. And then we go to the mature soul. Mature soul, we learn interdependence, relationships, empathy, intimacy, and self-awareness. Very, very important role as a mature soul. And then as an old soul, non-attachment is the most important uh, learning that we learn as an old soul. We usually spend more time in counseling, spiritual awareness. So all those things which we learn in old soul. So life is all about learning. So if there is no learning, we will not take birth. So there is no cycle of the birth and death if you don't want to learn. So some people say that they are looking for moksha. So basically, what is moksha? We are free from the cycle of birth and death. But again, that means that either you have completed all your learnings or you don't want to learn. So in both the situations, moksha can happen. So it can happen in Muladhara Chakra or it can happen in Sahasrara. So this is all about whether you have learned everything or whether you don't want to learn anything. So Muladhara Chakra people will not like to learn anything new. And Sahasrara has learned everything basically. So in both the places, you can achieve moksha, which means that you're free from taking birth, or you're free from the life cycle basically, right? We soul choose lessons. So every bit of you has been chosen by you in order to learn some or the other lesson. We'll come to that particular point in this presentation later. So I'll move on to, so the first soul lesson, courage. So every soul, when they take birth, the first lesson that they keep on learning is courage. We take long time to learn courage. sometimes, we have to fight. We have to fight our system. We have to fight sometimes with our parents. It takes a lot of courage to fight our parents, to fight our teachers, to fight our systems. So courage is what um, we learn. We keep on learning. So what is courage basically? Courage is the resistance to fear, mastery of fear, or we can say that it is not an absence of fear, but it is that you have complete control over the fear. That is what Mark Twain has mentioned in his writings. Very beautiful, very beautifully he has written this book as well. So you must read Mark Twain. So the second soul lesson that we come here to learn is perseverance. So what is perseverance? To keep on trying something. So say for example, if you don't know something, like if you don't know how to walk, if you don't know how to run, if you don't know something or the other, and you want that thing to happen, then you keep on trying. You keep on trying and trying and trying. That is called as perseverance. That is what Martin Luther King has mentioned. Excuse me. So if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. So if you're stuck somewhere in your life, then that is the end of your learning. But if you keep on walking, then you keep on learning. You keep on learning by doing mistakes. So there is nothing wrong in doing mistakes, but if you're stopping, then it is a mistake, basically. So never stop in your life. Keep on moving. You will have something or the other in your hand, some tool by which you can keep on surviving, which by which you can, keep progressing in your life. You'll have something or the other to learn. We keep on learning from everyone. Like you keep on learning from your parents, from your children, from your from your teachers, from your friends, from life situations. We keep on learning. So we'll have to keep moving. If you don't move, then how you're going to learn? So this is a very important lessons, perseverance. The third soul lesson that we learn is self-control. Self-control is all about, what you should do and what you should not. So you are the only decider. You only decide what you want to do and what you should not do. That comes by experience, basically. So if you once you start doing mistakes, then you come to know that, yeah, oh, okay, I'm doing something wrong, and then you improve yourself. And once you improve, then you get better control of the situations, or you get better control over your life. So self control is what is an important learning, basically, that you come for. The fourth one is reverence for life. So what is reverence? So until he extends his circle of compassion to include all living things, man will not himself find peace. So that is reverence. So you need to have compassion for each and every living being. Why this reverence is important is not for them, it is for you. Because until you don't find compassion for everyone, you can't find peace in your own life. So that is why reverence is an important learning. You must include everybody in your own life. What happens is an Indian thinks that why this Pakistani is living only. So, I mean, they'll not respect because of so many fights which has happened between both the countries till now. Even a Pakistani would not like to have an Indian nearby. But this is what I have learned. So when I was in Dubai, you know, I learned to respect each other basically. So a Pakistani and every Pakistani is not a bad Pakistani. He is not a terrorist. A Muslim is not a terrorist. There are very good people out there. Some politicians might be bad and they don't want us to unite. That is a different story altogether. But as a human being, all all people are good. Believe me, I had one neighbor, he was a Pakistani neighbor, and uh, we have spent very good time. My boss was a Pakistani. We were like very good friends, basically. So not every Pakistani is a terrorist. That is what I want to say. And after that, I started feeling compassion towards the Pakistanis because, as I said, that every Pakistani is not a terrorist, and why should I waste my time in cursing a Pakistani? It is not right. Pakistan was an integral country. I mean, it is an integral part of our India. It has separated from India, so it is a child of India, I must say. Every culture is being borrowed by Pakistanis from India. They watch Indian movies, they listen to Indian music. They are every bit of you, basically. Complete mirror image, I must say. So reverence is an important subject, and everyone must understand that we have to, you know, be compassionate to each and every person that you meet or you don't meet. So that is because you must find peace for yourself, not for others, right? So reverence is deep respect for each and every human being, for old people, for young people, for women, for every culture or every religion. You must have respect. That is reverence. Faith, again, a very important learning. Faith is like, you can move mountains with the help of your faith. So unless and until you don't have faith on yourself, you can't achieve things. You can't become great. So faith is like forwarding all issues to heaven. Very beautifully, I got this learning from one of my friend. Sai Baba had spoken about faith. This Jesus Christ also spoke about faith. So we must also have faith on yourself. In every given situation, faith is an important learning. Gentleness. Now, gentleness will come through your words as well as actions. Now, what happens is some people are gentle in their actions, but uh, the words uh, will come like swords. So you have to understand gentleness. I have seen so many women, they are very gentle in their actions, but the words are not that gentle. They don't belong to that woman, basically. They belong to that manliness in that woman, or you can say uh, that that is not good, basically. I'm sorry, but it does not happen to each and every woman, but it happens with someone or the other. I've seen so many men, they have perfect gentleness. They'll be more gentle than a woman. So many men I've seen in that particular thing. I mean, in that particular category of learning. So gentleness is what we have to learn. Not every man will have gentleness. Not every woman will have perfect gentleness. So both of men and women, they must learn gentleness, especially in their words, right? So we'll again move ahead because time is too short and we have to learn a lot of things. So kindness, again, in words, create confidence. Kindness in thinking creates profoundness. Kindness in giving creates love. Very beautiful learning from Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu is a great spiritual master, a Chinese spiritual master. You must learn, you must read his books. A wonderful master. And he has written so many books. If you want, I'll share all of these books with, maybe I'll send it to Prachi, and then you can get it from her. So kindness is like giving all the time, and don't expect to get it back. That is kindness, right? Kindness makes you the most beautiful person in the world, no matter what you look like. So appearances may be deceiving. Sometimes, you may not look good, but this is the quality that makes you look beautiful. This is the quality that we need to cultivate in ourselves, because people will start trusting you once you start practicing kindness. Trust will come because of this particular quality. And kindness will not cost you much. Now, today, I've seen so many COVID cases. When you have a neighborhood with COVID case, we are not even ready to open our doors. What kind of kindness is that? What kind of humanity is that? What will happen if I have COVID? Even he will not be in that position to help you, right? So it does not happen that corona spreads every time. When you have a fearless attitude, you will not have corona itself. It is completely about having fear in your mind. So kindness is what we require today. We must help each other. We must understand this very important learning. In this period of pandemic, people are suffering because they are not getting proper medical health on proper time. Why can't we help? Why can't we help those people? Only because we want to save ourselves. We want to save our family, isn't it? So I request each and every of you beautiful souls, please, 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 please help your neighborhood if they are suffering from corona. If you're not able to have, uh, I mean, in order to, if you're not in the position to help them physically, do help them financially. Because today people are not having jobs. They are going into tremendous financial troubles. You can help them financially. If you have money, help them with money. If you are having, if you can help them physically, please do it. They really require your kindness, right? At least you can help them through your Zoom. You can help them with so many platforms nowadays. At least you can make a phone call to a medical department. Even that is a kind of help, right? So please, please, please do it whenever it is required. We must help them. Be kind to one another. Even if you disagree on stuff. So for example, there might be two friends who do not agree on many stuff. Especially, say, I can give an example like husband and wives will not agree on any particular thing. But still, we can be kind to each other, right? Kindness does not cost you anything. So very wonderful teaching of kindness. And we might have to take so many bursts to understand and implement this kindness. Compassion, again, a very important learning. Active desire to alleviate the suffering. That is called as compassion. I see so many people who have this desire, deep desire to alleviate themselves as well as others from suffering. One such example was Buddha. He saw suffering in every bit of his kingdom when he went outside his uh, castle. And then he said that this is not life. So he went out, he started looking out for solutions for his and others' problems. And he found them. So compassion is what he had that time. Same kind of compassion was there in Jesus Christ when he used to heal people. People used to come to him in order to get healed, and he did it. So we must cultivate this habit of compassion, because everything we don't plan and come to this life. So if you have planned, that is good, but if you have not planned, then you can cultivate it. Even if it is not planned, you can plan it. While your life is going on, you can plan it. You can plan to learn, right? So compassion, very important. Compassion is learn it, teach it, and share it. So learn to grow. Same thing. Learn to grow first, and then teach it, and then share it. Right? Balance. Again, a very important learning. Work and life must be balanced. Nowadays, even I'm not getting time to to balance both of them. But my effort mentally is to balance both of them, career and health. We keep running after our careers, but what about our health? So nowadays we have started getting something called as lifestyle diseases. That is because we are not balancing our career with our health. Business and family. So we give so much time to our businesses, but unable to give time to our family. Performance and friends. We can't lose our friends in order to give good performances. We have to balance each and everything. Responsibility and happiness again needs to be balanced, right? Very important learning. Open-heartedness. Now, this is again a very important learning. We have everything but open-heartedness. So we need to have an open heart to learn things, because that is what we are here for. Learning will not stop. If you stop learning, then we will not stay here. So open-heartedness is like learning from anybody, from anywhere, wherever you get chance, you can learn from. You must learn. That is what is open-heartedness. Peace and justice. Again, in order to have justice, we can't every time we must not have wars, right? So peace and justice both must be balanced equally. See, in Mahabharata war, Krishna tried to stop the war till the end, but still he could not. That time he went for war. That is what we must do. Wherever we can find peace, we must choose peace. If peace is not possible, then only look out for war as a justice. Very important learning. Inner peace. You must see this movie called as Kung Fu Panda. Very beautifully, they have explained how to achieve inner peace. Inner peace, you have to look out for a sacred place in your own house. In your own heart, you must find your own space. That is inner peace. Joy. Again, an important learning. Many people, including me, we are so much workaholic that they don't find time to enjoy their lives. Almost say, you can say 60 to 70% people, they don't find time to have joy. So please look out for some opportunities to enjoy your life. Spend time with your family and then enjoy. So joy is what you have to learn. This will come by balance. So balance between your career, between your family, then you will start finding joy. Because till the time you don't enjoy your own life, what is the use of earning so much money, right? So please find some time for enjoying your life. Acceptance. Accepting the things you cannot change brings peace to your soul. Say, for example, you're going through a situation where you are unable to change that situation in any ways. You're facing financial problem or you're facing an health issue which is not in your own control. And the thoughts that come to your mind is, I don't want this situation. I don't want this person. I don't want this life. This is what you'll start thinking. So in in these thoughts are not going to help you in any ways. But when you accept the situation that, okay, I can't change this situation, then maybe you will find some other way to tackle it. But certain things are to be accepted because they are, every situation is there because you have planned for it. Without your planning, not even a single pin will come into your life. Right? So accepting will keep you moving in your life. So better to accept than to fight. Because if you keep fighting, the situation is as it is not going to change. Right? So very important learning again. Prachiji, do we still have time or we can go for meditation and then continue this session again tomorrow morning?
I think we
How
can
is
do
it?
that. I am not sure about tomorrow. We might have a speaker. I still have to get confirmation, but can we at least, because I know it's 27 lesson. So we can
Right.
go ahead and stop here and start doing a meditation. And then
Okay.
if the
Sure.
time permits, we can continue or we can take questions. Maybe we can schedule another one to discuss another 13.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So, okay. You wanna, yeah.
We'll go for meditation today.
Let me
Or
restart
anyone
the
wants to ask
recording.
anything?
Yeah, let me restart the recording.